All right, you're at the store or you're online and you see a bunch of games, you're new to games, but you don't know like which game to buy. As far as like, will it work on my computer or will it work on my console that I bought? Like PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, PC, any of that? You're unsure. How do you know how not to buy the wrong game? We're going to show you here. This is a beginner video. So, you go to the store, you're gonna see all these, ignore the game names. I'm gonna show you something else. PC or Mac, which not a lot of people play on Mac, but it's there if you have a Mac and you want to. But be warned, it's not gonna be as strong as a Windows computer for gaming. Then you got Nintendo right here. See? Nintendo. Then you got PC and Mac. Okay, and these two are self-explanatory. This one says PS4, PlayStation. And then this one says Xbox One, but this adds the sticker so it can work on the new Xbox Series S white console and the new Xbox Series X console. To cut the confusion with Xboxes, the Xbox One is the older console. The Series S is the white console with the circle vent. And the Series X is that mini fridge meme thing that keeps going on all over the internet. It's the one that stands up and it's like a brick standing up. So, let's start with PC. So, we have this. You notice how PC only has the stickers on the bottom where it says PC instead of the other games that have it on the top. Like right here, here, and here. PC has it below. So, important part with PC. And this is going to be very challenging. Not all games work on PC like how they work on consoles. You need very specific parts and specific specifications to run PC games on your computers. Your computer may or may not run the game depending on what you got in it. And you see, we got PC requirements. This is all the stuff you need that's on your PC for specifications in order to run the game at a minimum. And the same with Mac. And not all games can run. Let's say PC can run on all PCs. And that is one massive advantage that consoles have over PCs. But if PC is built the right way, it can outperform any console. That's enough for PCs. Now we got Nintendo. Nintendo is going to be kind of confusing because there's two models. There's a Switch that plugs into the TV and can be carried around hand portable. And then there's the Switch Lite, which is just handheld, kind of like your iPhone or Droid for that matter. So you see Switch. This, and this are all CDs. CDs. Switch. I don't have it in here. Small chip, like that big. That goes inside your Switch. But important part with Switch that you got to remember and be careful with that the other ones don't really have is you have to turn it over. Just like how we did this to see the specifications, you got to turn this over and you got to see right here what these icons mean and see compatibility. Is it compatible with the Switch Pro controller? Is it, what's the play mode? Are you using Joy-Cons and stuff like that so you can plug it into TV? Like here, or did the Joy-Cons detach and you could play it like moving around the Joy-Cons, which are the controller things on the side of the Switch? Is it compatible with the Switch Lite being handheld? These are all questions you need to know on a Switch, because there are some games that you buy for the Switch Lite that are handheld, it's a handheld console, and you can't play it because some of those games you need the Joy-Cons to detach and do stuff that will only work on the Switch that plugs into the TV. I do not have that. A relative has a Switch Lite. I do not play on Switch at all, so I'm borrowing this. Next, we got PlayStation. PlayStation and Xbox are in a very similar situation. These two are rivals. So, PlayStation has exclusive games that are basically adventure games where you walk and you interact and do stuff like that. They have good stories, but they're usually the same. And if you look at the side, it says PS4. Look on the side, it says Xbox, side, Switch. Remember, if we're talking colors, PlayStation is blue for PS4. It is now, this will all be white now for PS5. Xbox will always be green, and Nintendo will always be red. Pay attention to the colors. And PC is random, but always keep an eye for that sticker. So PlayStation, you turn it over, same thing. You're gonna see the requirements, minimum, the memory, how much memory you need on your hard drive to run it, what kind of controller you need to use, the type of TV you need, remote play, all this stuff. Is it Blu-ray? All this crap will be covered. Pay attention to that. Some games may allow for 1 player or 2, depending on what you get. Xbox, the main strength with Xbox over every other console, except, well, we're comparing consoles, not PC, is that it could run games that are old from the older generations, like the original Xbox, the Xbox 360, and the Xbox One. Those are all previous Xboxes that predate this sticker. This is the modern one. This is a 2020 game. So that's why it says right here, because that's the latest one, but it can still run Xbox One games. So that's the strength of Xbox. We turn it over, and you see single player, multiplayer, and that sort of thing. I'm trying to figure out, where does it say? Okay, it doesn't say it on this one. This one is a 2-player game though, but it just doesn't say it, so I don't know. But PlayStation is going to use like VR and stuff like that. Some consoles are going to use like joysticks and other things, racing wheels even. It just depends on what you get. But that's the differences between PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, which on screen right now, you will see a PS5 case, and you compare it to this one. Then you got Xbox right here. So once you're at the store, you now know what game to get based off of that logo, that logo, that logo, and that logo. Based off of that. That way you don't accidentally buy a PlayStation game when you have an Xbox, a PC game if you have a Switch, or any other of these arrangements. And that way you don't have to deal with the returns and all this stuff. You save yourself the time dealing with customer service and stuff. That way you get the right game at the right time, and it will work. Thank you for watching.